Hello, my name is Kevin Koskis, and I am the proud principal here at Dakota High School. I want to welcome you to the 2021-22 virtual curriculum night here at DHS. We've had to do things a little bit differently this year, and we appreciate the fact that you have tuned in to this presentation and taken the time to navigate through our Curriculum Night website to learn more about our academic, athletic, and activities offerings here at DHS. This particular video is designed specifically for our current 9th grade students as they prepare to transition to the 10-12 building. This video segment will cover information regarding course scheduling and placement, as well as opportunities for involvement in activities and athletics. We want to thank you again for joining us. So at this time, sit back, relax, and enjoy this welcome to the 10-12 building for our current 9th graders. Hello and welcome again to Dakota High School's 2021 Virtual Curriculum Night General Presentation for the 10-12 building. I want to start by just giving an overview of some of the cultural elements that we try to cultivate at the 10-12 building in our students. Really, when we work with our students at the 10-12 building and at the 9th grade center for that matter too, it's really campus-wide. We focus on some core principles. We like to try and help students understand the importance of being proactive and realizing that they have the ability to influence the direction of their life and their future, and that they take responsibility for their choices. We also work with students to begin with the end in mind, to define their mission and goals in life and be goal-oriented. And along similar lines, also to put first things first. In order to achieve those goals, developing the will and won't power and the ability to prioritize and do the most important things first to stay on track in achieving one's goals. What we try to do is also work with students to eliminate what we call a fixed mindset, to move away from the idea that failure is the limit of my abilities and giving up when frustrated, or perhaps not embracing the opportunities to try new things or take academic risks in terms of challenging oneself. Instead, we try to cultivate a growth mindset where students embrace the idea that failure is an opportunity to grow, challenges help me to grow, and that I like to try new things. These are all things that we try to inspire our students to embrace here at the 10-12 building. We also work with students to develop their skills in resilience, and we do this in a number of different ways through strategies like the following: trying to help students make realistic plans and take steps to carry them out every day. That's the goal setting piece. Helping them adopt a positive view of themselves and build confidence in their strengths and abilities, that growth mindset. But also working with them to build and develop communication and problem solving skills, as well as developing and practicing how to effectively manage strong feelings and impulses, being good decision makers. In terms of making plans and taking steps to carry them out every day and goal setting, we'll work with students on goal setting individually and as an entire graduating class cohort group. We'll use MAP scores, PSAT scores, and other standardized test measures to help kids make goals, measurable goals, that they can then use to measure their progress in high school. We want them to continue to begin with the end in mind, keeping those first things first and being proactive. Here's an example of what the class of 2022 had as its goal, and that we had posted all over the building during the 1920 school year prior to the COVID shutdown. The goal was oriented towards earning all 6 credits for the year and being focused on a PSAT 10 score of 983, which would then put students on pace to be at the level that would keep doors of opportunity open for them after high school. We like kids to challenge themselves, and some of the information that we're going to share here on these next few slides really is designed to reinforce the idea of challenging oneself and taking a good, rigorous course load. The College Board, the organization that runs the SAT as well as advanced placement, emphasizes, as underlined in the middle of this slide, the importance of students taking challenging classes, even though they might have slightly lower grades than they'd achieve in lower level courses. It's important to embrace rigor. From Michigan State University, MSU recommends that students include a majority of core academic courses in their schedule each semester throughout high school. And this can be expanded beyond the core areas of social studies, English, math, and science. But we also challenge our students vigorously in our CTE programs in every walk of life. So as students embrace and look at their course selections for next year, we encourage them to look at honors and advanced placement opportunities as well as four-year long-term programs in CTE. Test scores are important, but also to keep doors of opportunity open for students after high school, it's important that they explore their interests and look at different opportunities in high school to get involved in extracurricular activities. Involvement in extracurricular activities is what makes high school what it is. It provides those social connections, those opportunities to make new friends, those opportunities to learn new skills, those opportunities to build teamwork and perseverance through involvement in clubs and activities and athletics. So we encourage you to tour our Curriculum Night website to look at all of the various clubs and activity groups as well as athletic programs that we offer here at Dakota to pursue those opportunities. In terms of scheduling, Dakota embraces what we call a multi-tiered system of supports model to schedule students into their core classes. Similar to what students experience when they move from 8th to 9th grade, the 10-12 building will also use data to make decisions about how we place students in support classes as well as advanced coursework. The DHS 10-12 data review team will develop rosters for our support and advanced classes that will transfer into Power School prior to students entering their course requests during computer scheduling. When students log into Power School to enter their course requests beginning March 8th, they'll see that their core area courses have been placed into their schedule already. So students will then have the opportunity to decide whether or not they want to embrace that challenge. We certainly hope that they do, but once they have found which courses they've been pre-populated into, we do have a form available. It will be an online form that will be available to students and will be emailed to parents if a student would like to accelerate their studies because perhaps they weren't pre-populated into an advanced course, or decelerate their studies. And sometimes we see students that have elected to go into, for example, advanced placement U.S. history and also been pre-populated into advanced English 10 as well as honors chemistry and physics and maybe on an advanced math pathway, have the opportunity to use the form that will be provided online to perhaps decelerate in one of those areas. It's a fine balance between challenging oneself with a rigorous schedule, but not being overburdened to the point of undue, excessive stress and anxiety caused by an excessively heavy class load. It's an individual decision for each student and family to make, and we embrace the opportunity to work with kids and their families in making those choices that will strike that balance between rigor, but also allowing for life outside of school to still happen. We have a number of people that are involved in helping guide students with not only with their course selections, but in all of those areas that we talked about earlier with building resilience in terms of problem solving skills and goal setting and so on. Our guidance department with our counselors listed here on the screen is an excellent team that provides a great support for our students and is always ready and willing to give all of the information that a student or a parent would ever need in terms of choosing, not only choosing courses, but developing a four-year plan and looking for opportunities outside of and beyond high school. Our administrative team also, with myself as principal and our assistant principals, Ms. Carter, Mr. Maniscalco, Mr. Downham, our administrative intern, Mr. Hayes, and our athletic director, Mr. Demarest, are also ready and waiting to help students find their path here at the 10-12 building. We also, as we talked about at the very beginning, in terms of developing that positive view of students and building their self-confidence and their strengths and abilities, we have our Dakota Pride program. Our Dakota Pride program sets expectations for positive behavior here in school and focuses on students being prepared, respectful, demonstrating integrity, showing dedication and empathy. It's an opportunity for students to win prizes even as a part of that program when they are recognized for doing those positive things here in our building. Our culture is one focused on respect. It's respect student to staff, and students to the school building itself. And of course, always being cognizant and conscious of the choices being made outside of school with social media and other online communications. And one of our main focuses, as is outlined in our Pride program, is empathy. Being empathetic towards others, understanding one another's viewpoints is an essential part of the culture that we try to build at the 1012 building in order to create a sense of community amongst our students and staff. We also do a number of fun things, and we're looking forward to introducing a lot of those things back into student life as the COVID-19 pandemic hopefully starts to wane as we go into the fall. Kids can get involved in student activities and events, as we've talked about already. We have High Five Fridays that greet students on their way through the door in the morning on Fridays, and we really try hard to promote positivity through our social media accounts. That's just a small sampling of some of the things that we try to do to continue to create positivity here at school. We also have resources. As I mentioned, our counselors and our administrative team are here to help students develop and practice those skills in managing strong feelings and impulses, as referenced back at the beginning of this presentation. We also have our student assistance specialist, Ms. Lang. Ms. Lang runs the student assistance program at the main building. Her contact information is there. She's also reachable through our main office. And the student assistance program really focuses on a variety of different things. It's a confidential on-site program that provides services to students and families. Services include substance abuse intervention and education, general assessment and referral out to community resources, support resources, and in-school student support groups related to a number of different topics: grief and loss, alcohol and drugs, death of a loved one by suicide, difficulties with home or family life, and transgender youth and family topics to discuss and support students in those regards. So our student assistance program does a wonderful job of providing those types of supports for students who may be facing some adversity or some crossroads or some difficult decisions or difficult situations or circumstances in their life. Our student assistance program with Ms. Lang is there to help. And of course, as we mentioned earlier, we really look to also include a number of fun activities, and we're really hoping to be able to introduce a lot of those activities back into student life in 21-22. Being a teen is tough. It's been tougher than ever during the pandemic, but we also, we want to make that a well-rounded experience for kids here on campus. Ms. Kyle Young is our Director of Student Activities. Our activities office is located on the activities hallway on the way towards the gym. Ms. Young works with all of our club and activity advisors. Our student activities webpage on our website has all of the information on all of our clubs, and we encourage people to also, as part of this virtual curriculum night experience, visit the virtual gym where we would have had an activities and athletics fair. Visit that virtually through our curriculum night website to learn more about our club and activity groups, as well as many of our sports programs. And speaking of sports, Mr. Demarest is our athletic director. The athletic department is located at the very end of the activities/athletic hallway, past the main gym. We have all kinds of sports offerings through the fall, winter, and spring season, so student athletes are more than welcome to get involved. We have a combination of non-cut type sports like wrestling, track, and swim, whereas some sports do require cuts just based on the number of interested students and the number of roster spots available, but all of our sports listings are there on the screen. And again, our athletics webpage is a great resource. It's been newly revamped and has all of the information on all of our wonderful athletic offerings, as well as schedules, forms, and everything else that goes along with being part of Dakota Athletics. Well, we hope you have enjoyed this virtual Curriculum Night general presentation to give you just an overview of some of the principles and fundamental focus areas that we will have during the 21-22 school year here at the 1012 building. As always, though, if you have any questions or would like any additional information, please contact the main office here at the main building at 723-2700, and we'll get you routed to the right person to answer those questions or to provide the information that you're looking for. Thanks again for tuning in, and we are looking forward to a great 2021-22 school year.